Hey, this is Adrian Gomez. I tried to finish your s- video yesterday, and for some reason, it's not allowing me to do so. So I wanted to jump in here real quick and go over this again. And if it goes full, I'm going to do the full thing again, but it'll be a little bit abbreviated. Um, so power to the back leg, 106 degrees squat, which is good. Your back leg actually functions pretty well up to plant leg. And the problem here is where your back foot actually travels the opposite way. So as you can see your back foot go away from you, and we want to transfer that on the ground into rotation, and then the leg should come up after the release point, but your leg is coming up prior to. So off the top of my head, just box drill 1, keeping your back leg on the trampoline or on the ground. Box drill 2, 212 squats. Um, Walking torques, all of those are going to help keep your back leg on the ground, and that's going to help with the sequencing. So that's number one thing that I see. I also see that your front leg is, when it's planted, it's a little bit. If you transferred your front foot over just maybe 3 or 4 inches, right around here, you'd be able to open those hips a little bit, and I think that would free up your back leg to stay on the ground. I think your hips can't rotate because you're crossed up a little bit, and by so doing that, it forces your back leg to come up. So power to the back leg, definitely something I'm going to work on. As far as extension in your hips, it's great. I mean, you're above 110, which is great. I mean, there's great extension. So that's not an issue. You're stepping pretty good. Getting in your front leg, you do have an issue with your front knee. You're only 114 degrees, and that needs to be up to 100. I mean, you elevate a little bit, but the majority of that energy goes into your front knee. So that front knee angle at front leg foot strike, that's something that I want you to work on, getting that straighter, and it should look a little bit like this. That hip should be, I mean, that's 126, but it should retract and come backwards, allowing your chest to go forwards a little bit better. And so there's that, and then there's also, your front knee stays. It's pretty good, pretty good. So the front knee sets up, so it's just the angle at that front leg that you need to worry about. Okay, so that's the lower half. Those are the things that we got to work on. Upper body wise, we really got to work on. Let's look at stacking first. You do a good job of keeping your upper body back in a backward angle, so your head's almost behind your foot, and it could be even better. It could be better than that. And so your upper body needs to stay this way, almost back over that foot, and allow your hip to go first. When your hip goes first, you're going to stay on this ground a little bit better. So upper body's got to be back a little bit, and that's going to help you when you plant. Right now, you're going downhill, and I want your upper body to be, a little bit back, so you have your core to throw with, and that you have your hips to throw with. Um, so stacking definitely was something that I want you to work on. You can see how far your back leg comes up out of this, and that's forcing your chest to stay up, along with your front knee. So if you fix that front knee, a lot of this is going to be fixed. So let's go front glove. Your front glove's really, really low right now. It rotates low, and the shoulder blade in that position is not in an ideal position. It needs to be a little bit higher, and part of that has to do with your stacking. So if you stack better and get your front glove up a little bit better, that's going to help you rotate and pull down as you throw. So front glove, definitely something I want you to work on. As far as high elbow, and this we get into, like, arm care, It's a little bit elevated as you come through. It's low here, and then the elbow comes and flies up. I think you're going to have a better, easier time with that front leg coming back, and then your chest going through. I think that's going to help a ton. So definitely have a high elbow. That's something that you can work on. Part of it has to do with your back leg. So there are some structural problems in your lower half that are going to cause upper body issues. All right, next one, we're going to get it right at that release point. And something that you do really well, and I don't want you to take it like, you don't do well. This is going to make you throw that much better. And I don't want you to think like, oh, I got all this crap to do. But think about each thing that you're doing that you need to work on is a mile an hour. And so as you work on that specific, thing, you might get one or two from each. Within a year with the bands and balls and the whole system, you're really going to be in a completely different position. So 45 degrees out of the chest extension, which is actually really good. We want to be in the 40s. It's going to get even better as your front leg comes back. And watch this. I'm going to go off 180 degrees. This is where your back leg should be down. So your chest has a specific relationship between where your back leg is planted. And if you have a back leg that is planted, you have better stability in the ground, allowing you to really drive through and drive hard, and that's going to create a lot of velocity, lots of velocity. So other than that, I think that's it. You do have an arm fly out, and that's something that because your front knee is so bent and that front glove is low, your arm has to go outside your elbow just to get the ball through. And I want to sneak this maybe halfway, just maybe 3 or 4 inches. And that's something I want you to work on. Arm fly out, that's something you can definitely work on and get better at. And that allows you to push the ball through better. You're going to have better off speed, sliders, whatnot. Changeup's going to be better, more accurate, better downward break. All of those things are going to happen when that arm does not fly out and it stays true over the elbow. So yeah, man, thanks so much for sending this in. I apologize for not getting it faster, being through the holidays and whatnot. So I will send this off to you right now.